In the previous part, we uploaded our site to an AWS Free Tier instance. Sometimes our site may use data stored in an existing database. PHPMyAdmin is a database management interface that allows us easily manage our data in tables and databases for the use of it in our site. This guide will not cover everything about PHPMyAdmin, but it will cover its basics. Log into your server's desktop by double-clicking the server connection icon and open Internet Explorer browser from within. Now type localhost/phpmyadmin in the address bar and click on Go. This interface is not available when trying to be reached from a browser outside the server. If you're asked for username and password, type root in the username field and leave the password field empty. Then click on Go. We arrived at the interface homepage. On the left side of this interface is an expandable list of all existing databases, tables and table fields. Clicking on any item in the list will open its details in the center of the screen. The tabs at the top of the screen are changing in accordance with the chosen item, and their content is just aimed to the specific item type. That is, different items have different options. For example, one form of the export feature is to export tables rows when a specific table is chosen. Another form is to export databases tables when a specific database is chosen. And last form is to export all of the databases on the server when the entrance screen is showing. The information bar at the very top of the interface shows information about the specificity of our choices. In order to create a new database, we can click on the New button to the left, or to click on the Databases tab found at the entrance page. You can always return to the entrance page by clicking on the PHPMyAdmin logo. In the New Database Creation page, we are requested to name the new database and choose a collation for it. So go ahead and pick a name for your server. Then choose UTF-8_general_CI from the collation drop-down list. Afterwards, click on the Create button. Now click on the newly created database from the left menu. When a chosen database is empty, we're requested to create a new table. Therefore, pick a name for your table, then enter its columns amount, let's say 3, and finally click on the Go button. In front of us is the empty structure of the table we just created. Each row represents a new field in the table. In this page we need to define names, types, size, and more settings to each field we'll create. First, let's enter random names and types to each one of the fields we're about to create. As for the other settings, we have the option to define a field to be primary key. We can choose to allow fields values to be null. We can set the field's collation. And we can also define fields to auto-increment with each created record. Save your setup by clicking on the Save button. Our database and the table it holds is shown in the left menu, and in front of us is an overview of that database. You can notice the different actions we can perform on our table, such as browsing its records, editing its structure, inserting new records into it, emptying it, or removing it. In order to populate the newly created table with records, click on the Insert tab or icon. In this page, we are requested to enter new values to our fields, and we may choose to apply different functions on each value right before it is inserted to the table. After inserting values, click on Go. For executing complicated SQL queries, we can use an SQL feature via the SQL tab at the top. Importing and exporting databases, fields, and rows is essential when working on different computers. I'll demonstrate both the importing and exporting features. First, let's export our table. Choose the table you would like to export unless it's already chosen. Then, click on the Export tab. Now choose your desired export format from the list, in this case SQL. Then click on the Go button and save the file somewhere convenient. Before demonstrating the import feature, we'll need to remove our table from the database. Now choose the desired database unless it's already chosen and click on the Import tab. Here, click on the Choose File button and select the file we exported. Then keep the import format as it is and click on Go. The import action is followed by a success or failure notification. A failure notification may show in the case of importing records of a table with the structure of one kind to a table with a structure of different kind. It may also show when the imported file contains duplicate values in some field, but the corresponding field in the target table is defined as primary key, and so on. Let's verify the import action executed successfully by choosing the target table. Great. The last example in this video is dedicated to operations on items. Let's say we would like to perform some operations on our table. So select it if it is not already selected. Then click on the Operations tab. Here we can move the chosen item from one database to another. We can also duplicate it to another database, emptying it, dropping it, and edit some of its features. Assume we want to copy our table to another database. Therefore, we choose the desired database to store the copy table. Then, we'll select one of the available options and click on the matching Go button. That's it. Those are the basics of PHPMyAdmin interface. Keep exploring it by yourself in order to get to know the different features better. The next part is optional, and it is about setting up a domain name to our server. A domain name is used for entering sites using catchy names instead of using the server's public IP address. Domain names aren't offered for free, hence it may involve payment. Thus, if you aren't interested in paying any money for it, you can skip the next part. Thanks for watching.